What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I would like to talk about draft prospect Latu. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content. Hit that like button for your boy. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for your continued support. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So in today's video, I do want to talk about draft prospect Latu. So today, the Senior Bowl started down in Mobile, Alabama, for the college players that are participating in the Senior Bowl. And Latu is one of those guys that is down at the Senior Bowl. And he is a player that's on my radar for the Atlanta Falcons. Latu goes about 6'4", 265 pounds. Played his college ball at UCLA. And you guys know that I love the trenches as far as players in the trenches, because I believe the game is won and lost in the trenches. And if the Falcons decide to go with a veteran quarterback in the free agency and we don't draft a quarterback high, Latu is one of those guys I think that the Falcons should look at 8 with that 8th pick. Or if we decide to trade down in the first round, he could be a guy that slides a little bit. But he's definitely a guy that I think the Falcons should look at as possibly being one of our draft picks. Latu is one of those guys that's very lanky, long, a guy that is really good at getting after the passer. Last season, he had 13 sacks for UCLA. In his junior year, he had 10 sacks. And also last season, he had 21.5 tackles for loss, which is huge because that means that he's not only making plays as far as rushing the passer, but he's making plays in the running game as well. And we know when you're going to be an edge player, whether you're an outside linebacker or a defensive end, you can't just affect the game as far as being a pass rusher, but you have to be able to stop the run as well, be that guy that can go out there and set the edge. And he is one of those guys that not only can rush the passer, but he is a guy that also sets the edge pretty well. A guy that can make tackles for loss and things of that nature in the run game. And because our Atlanta Falcons had a lot of guys on one-year deals, guys like Bud Dupree, guys like Calais Campbell, I'm not too sure if we're going to be able to retain those guys or if we're going to go out and try to bring those guys back. But if not, I definitely think Latu is one of those guys that is a game wrecker. And I feel like our Falcons, we don't have a lot of game wreckers at that edge position. We really haven't had that premier pass rusher since Johnny Abraham. So I definitely think Latu is a guy that the Falcons should possibly go after. If I were going to give him a player comp, to me, he reminds me of Jalen Phillips that plays for the Miami Dolphins, played at the University of the Miami Hurricanes. And he's the guy that I wanted the Falcons to draft a couple years ago. He's had a pretty good NFL career so far. He has about 22 sacks in his career. And if you go look at those guys or look at Jalen Phillips' game, Latu's game reminds me of a Jalen Phillips. But as I mentioned, Latu is one of those guys, as I mentioned, that's really good as far as getting after the passer. He does have pass rush moves, very good at using his hands, very good at bending the edge and coming off the edge, and getting skinny and being able to get around those big offensive tackles. So I definitely think Latu would fit in this Atlanta Falcons scheme. If you could put him on the opposite side of Arnold Ebiketie coming off the edge, I really think he could be one of those guys that could be a game record for the Atlanta Falcons. And last season, we really didn't have, one guy that could really dominate a game as far as take over a game. And I think Latu definitely has that ability that he could turn into one of those players that could be a premier pass rusher, a game record type player. But with that being said, I have a lot more content coming for you guys. You guys give me your thoughts on Latu. Do you think that the Falcons should draft him if we decide not to go quarterback at 8 and go with an edge rusher? Personally, I think that he's a top three out of the guys that I've seen so far. He's one of the top three guys that I've seen when I've been doing, film breakdown and things of that nature and watching highlights and different things of these different players. But he is a guy that I definitely think the Falcons should strongly consider as far as that edge position. But with that being said, this has been your boy Jew. I have a lot more content coming for you guys, but as always, Falcons Nation, rise up. If you enjoyed my content, hit that subscribe button for your boy. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers and beyond. I appreciate you guys continuing to show me love, show the channel love. With that being said, this has been your boy Jew. I'll holler at you guys in the next video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.